Hello everyone, this is Joel Davis with YouAreTheBroker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. I recently came back from a great trip down in North Carolina, and I had other stops in Virginia where I have some contractors, and I want to talk about that momentarily because in talking with some people down in Charlotte, had some great ideas and even a paradigm shift that's kind of changed my thinking on certain things. But I'll talk about that in a minute. First, I want to share with you an email that Amelia sent over. I'm assuming she got this last week, but it has some, I want to break it down line by line for some critical takeaway points for those of you who are thinking about becoming a broker or not. Some of you may be teetering. The email starts off, "Hello, I am learning more and trying to decide if this opportunity is worth $20,000. Gazoinks, $20,000 if you're trying to decide if this is an opportunity. Trust me, I get it. $20,000, that's a lot of money if I'm going to the store to buy food, go shopping or something like that. $20,000, if you've watched any of my videos where I've literally shown you how we're making money, where we're making money, our work orders, invoices, bank statements. If you've read any of the newsletters where I open up and talk about the money we're making and the margins, if you're not sure if $20,000 is worth it for you, this is not for you. This opportunity is not for you. You've already missed the vision. You've already missed the opportunity. It's already passed you by. So just cancel clear. It's not for you. I have several critical questions. Please review and be as specific as possible. Phone time. $20,000 is a lot of money. Okay, we just talked about that. The agreement states that I would have 1 full year of full access to a regional director to help coach me, both via phone and email. I do not value email. Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't value email because I live and die on email. If any of you watching this, if you know if I've done one-on-one coaching with you, I do email every single day, 24/7. I only do email. In fact, that's why I don't answer all my emails that come through our general emails. That's what Dan and Dawn and Charlie are for. I do emails consistently every day, all day, doing one-on-one coaching with active clients, managing everything from my regional directors and my points of contacts and my contractors and our dispatchers who are in my broker business. I live and die by email, so I don't know what that means to say I do not value email. I value phone time and talking with a real person. Can I call the regional director 7 days a week for an unlimited amount of time, 5 days a week? What does that mean, an unlimited amount of time? Does that mean like you guys are gonna sit there on the phone for hours? What does that mean? We are happy to help anyone. So if you're an active licensee and you're watching this, you know that we already help you. That's great. For those of you who are teetering, you're not sure, you're interested, if you're thinking about becoming a broker, I can assure you, every single one of my regional directors is there to help you. I am there to help you. Amelia, the rest of our team, we're there to help you. We're gonna do everything we can to help you. Does that mean we're going to be providing you an unlimited amount of time, quote unquote, unlimited amount of time, 5 days a week on the phone? I don't know if you need your hand held every single minute of every day, but if that's the case, realistically, again, this opportunity is not for you. And again, if I don't know what that means to say I do not value email. Email is critical for everybody. So it's technology. Everything about what we're doing is leveraging technology. So mute point. Again, we are there to help you. Does that mean all of my regional directors are literally working in my broker business? I'll say that again. Every single one of my regional directors who contribute and help us with YouAreTheBroker.com actively serve in my broker business. So they're busy. They operate their own business as well as they make additional money through helping out with YouAreTheBroker.com. So it's a win-win for everybody, but to say you need unlimited time or you don't value email, I don't know what to say to that. Number 2, recoup time. Since you started this opportunity, what is the average time among licensees that it took for them to recoup their $20 investment? Again, let me go back and say, it sounds like you're really hung up on the $20,000 investment. It's a great question, and I can appreciate your question, but based upon everything you said previously, you're really hung up on this 20,000. So it sounds like realistically this isn't going to be a viable opportunity for you. But in terms of how quickly you recoup back your 20,000, it all depends on how quickly you get into action, you get into motion, and you get out there and you start making money. Again, if you have seen and you've read all my previous newsletters where I've shared my financials and opened up my books to people, breaking it down exactly where we're making money, by what percentage, specifically from deliveries and express moves and labor and in-home services and everything else that we provide, I mean, we're making a lot of money. So how quickly you recoup your money back is how quickly you get into motion and you put everything into practice that we teach. Next question. What are your 1, 2, and 3 average profits? We just launched youarethebroker.com last year, so it hasn't even been a full year. In regards to my business, it wouldn't even be realistic or feasible or viable if I shared my year 1, 2, or 3 with you, because as I clearly outlined in previous videos and I outlined in my training material, when I first started, this would have been late 2011. So really, let's say 2012. It would be the first full calendar year. I literally started with one box truck where I put people in there to actually perform delivery and express move. And then by the end of year 12, we had 3 box trucks, and I own those. So what I teach you in youarethebroker.com is really from where my business was from 2014 forward, because really come 2013 is really where we started to transition out of owning box trucks and transition exclusively to everything was contractor based. So it's really not feasible for me to say my first year of revenue was this, because I owned a box truck, I owned 2 box trucks, I owned 3 box trucks. So my first 1, 2, and 3 years was the complete sandbox where we were learning and experimenting with everything. Next question, how much is another zip code? Can you buy as many zip codes as you want? Yeah, you can, but the zip codes mirror your annual subscription. So your annual subscription is $9,600. So if you want to get, I don't know where you're located, but if you wanted to get another zip code close by or on the other side of the world, you would pay another annual subscription of $9,600. You wouldn't have to pay another initial enrollment investment of $20,000, because that $20,000 includes your first year of one-on-one coaching, all your legal and admin setup fees, all your training material, all the help from merchant services to help integrate and get your merchant account going, all your setup costs. Testimonials. Please provide a 5 to 10 list. Please provide a list of 5 to 10 licensees. I'd like to call them to get their feedback on the program. Well, how would you like us to convey them? Would you like us to send them to you via email, because you don't value email? So I don't know how we're supposed to get them to you. Should we send them to you through mail? 5 to 10 licensees. We have licensees right now in 26 or 27 states, or maybe it's 28, because we have some that are pending, going through the process right now. So it's one or the other. Either way, we're in the high 20s. We can, if you valued email, we have no problem emailing you names of active licensees, and then you can reach out to them and you can establish your own level of correspondence. We will not share someone else's phone numbers, and I'm glad we don't do that, because if you want unlimited time, do you want us passing out your phone number to someone who's randomly going to call you? No, of course not. We have no problem sharing some emails of active licensees, and you could reach out to them and you could work to establish your correspondence and hopefully do some phone time with them at their convenience. Because again, if you are looking for unlimited time 5 days a week, so if you become a licensee, do you want us to share your information? So that way there's another one of you out there, someone who doesn't value email, they can call you and just expect unlimited time to have with you over the phone and eat up. So rather than you going out and building your own business, they're going to offer you their own time and convenience to further train you. Again, I have no problem. We welcome the opportunity. We've done it plenty of times, shared emails, but we will share emails of active licensees so you can reach out to them. But at the same time, if you're not going to be considerate of someone else's time, That's exactly what we're trying to avoid. The sharing someone else's personal contact info for unwanted or undesirable solicitations, especially from people that are looking for unlimited time because they also don't value email. Next question. After the first investment of $20,000, what are the annual fees? $9,600. What amount of coaching do we receive after year one? We will give you whatever is necessary. Whatever is necessary, we can make arrangements. But realistically, if you need significant coaching beyond year one, then honestly, you failed and we failed. A lot can be done in a year, a lot. And when you do reach out to certain licensees, they're going to tell you, this is not a complicated business. It's just simply one of those things of what you don't know, you don't know. And I'm going to teach you what I know, and what I know that is making me a lot of money, that is worth $20,000 and a whole lot more money. So what amount of coaching do you receive? If you need additional one-on-one coaching, and I'm all for it, always have access to additional help, build yourself a strong sphere of influence. We can make arrangements for that. If you have a good rapport with with your assigned active licensee, that's great. I'm sure we can make arrangements for you to continue to work with him. But again, you are going to learn a great deal in your first year that realistically, you're not going to need your hand held that much. There will always be continued information coming out that I'm going to continue to share, that I will definitely make accessible through the website. Once you are an active licensee, through the members only section, there's a wealth of knowledge right now. So if you're an active licensee, I encourage you, log on. If you lost your login credentials, reach out to Amelia through email. I'm not even sure off the top of my head what her email address is right now without seeing it. I think it's Amelia Daniels or Amelia R. Daniels at yahoo.com or Gmail, one or the other. It's saved on my email, so I don't look at it. But regardless, reach out to Amelia and have her help reset your login credentials, because there is a wealth of knowledge that's on that website in the members only section. And there's going to be more, because I'm going to continuously be posting things in there. Next, what are the top 5 largest challenges new licensees experience in their first 6 and 12 months? Okay, number 1 is finding good, reliable, responsible labor contractors. Number 2 is finding good, responsible, reliable contractors. Number 3, I would say, is probably finding good, responsible contractors. 4, I gotta say 4, it's probably finding good, responsible, reliable contractors. And number 5, I'm probably gonna say probably the 5th greatest challenge you're gonna have as a licensee is finding good, responsible, reliable contractors. What you will find as an active licensee is that, and I've said this before, so when people say that they can't make money, I don't know how, I don't know where. There is so much money everywhere. There's so much opportunity everywhere if you're willing to work. I mean, so many of our licensees have said to me, this is not a complicated business. The hardest part is literally just getting started with your first 1 or 2 contractors. And this is why I always talk about contractors, and why if you've watched some of I'm sorry, I think I sent it out through a regular newsletter. We literally are in the process of creating the infrastructure on our end to help you guys, our active licensees, find, screen, and really perform a degree of intake to further screen credible, reliable contractors, because we have entered into discussions with a handful of key national retailers, one of them who's very serious, and I mentioned the newsletter. I won't mention their name, because if I mention it, you would know it, because their commercials all over the place. And they're serious about using us. They want to see where we're at later this year and what capacity we have, how many licensees we have, and how many contractors each licensee has, how much overall capacity we have on a national basis, because they welcome the opportunity for us to come on board at a national scale. That's why it's critical. That's why we are working to create an infrastructure that helps identify, locate, reach out to, connect with, and really pre-screen contractors in key areas and key markets. Because we want to do everything we can to help you be successful. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it again. Your success is our success. We want a national network. Why? Because it benefits all of us. I own my broker business exclusively, 100%. YouAreTheBroker.com, I'm a minority business owner. It is what it is. But even my own broker business is going to substantially benefit from a strong YouAreTheBroker.com network. Just like your broker business is going to benefit from a strong YouAreTheBroker.com network. So when we have relationships with national retail partners and corporate partners, I mean, we can not only build continuity between our relationships with all of these strategic partners, we can all benefit financially. That's why it's $20,000. I don't know if it's worth the investment. This opportunity's passed you by. Let it go. Go on to your next thing. For those of you that see the opportunity in this, again, we're going to do everything we possibly can for you to be successful. $20,000, a lot of money if I'm going to buy food. I get that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to dismiss that. I'm not going to walk down the street and just throw $20,000 away. But realistically, we are going to do everything we possibly can for you to be successful. It's of no value to us if you get started and you can't be successful. You're of no value. So let's say you're in the middle of the country and that's a key market, key area for us to go after some of these corporate retailers and corporate clients. And if you're in a key market and you can't be successful, you're of no value to us. We want to do everything we can for you to be successful because it's going to help our entire network and it's going to help all of us. Which leads me to my trip down to North Carolina. Great trip. Gave me the opportunity to meet with some people all throughout the South because most of my business is down there. Actually met with one of my contractors, one of our best contractors, been with us for 2 years and I've never been able to meet him. It's crazy. Does great work for us, been with us for 2 years, and every time I've been down there, our paths have never crossed. But I met with some other people. So I was down in Charlotte for a majority of the time because we do a lot of business through there, not really out of there. And I was hoping to get a good licensee in Charlotte, but we just never got anyone to date, and our opportunities continue to grow there. So long story short, I just couldn't put aside anymore. It looks like we're going to go down there and we're going to actively become involved in that market. So here's what I want to talk to you about. It's very, very interesting. So again, remember, I launched my business late 2011, 2012. So that's 8 years ago. And what's interesting, and I talked about this before in one of my, I don't remember if it's in training material or in one of my videos or both, but several years ago, we were actually solicited where we could have had a contract with a large corporate partner, but it would have required, the contract would have required us to have employees. So it sounded like a great opportunity, but then when you dig into the numbers and you see the trajectory of where the broker business was at the time, we were transitioning, we were going completely to contractors, I would have had to have put my foot back in the grave and got involved with employees and really kind of scaled that up and built a separate parallel labor force. I would have had my contractors on one hand, and I would have also had employees to meet this contract. And yes, we still would have made some money, but at the time, our growth trajectory with our contractors were really starting to take off, and I was really enthusiastic about it. I really didn't want to get back into that. And my concern was, okay, well, as we continue to build and grow, how many more times are we going to see opportunities where we really can't or don't want to take advantage of because we need employees? People wanted to see employees because they simply thought that if you have employees, you have more command and control, can really manage the processes and procedures associated with that. So while I was down in Charlotte here recently, and I had a couple of great meetings with some people, some great opportunities, and I'll talk about these in the future because I got to do some more research on my end, more consideration. more strategic planning. But in the future, I'll talk about some of them in particular, because some of them I think are really going to add as a feeder source, if you will, to helping us get express moves. So we're excited about that. But I want to talk about what I personally am going to call for this video the Uber effect. It's really, I call it the Uber effect because everyone knows what Uber is. But it's really more or less the benefits of technology. One thing I picked up in one of our conversations is that, again, going back several years ago, everyone was focused on, if you're going to have a large contract, you have to have employees. I really believe the Uber effect, the technology effect, has shattered that. So in talking with some people at some very, very large facilities, I really have come to appreciate, they don't care at this point anymore. I think people it is so ingrained, they've become so accustomed to the shared economy or the ride share technologies of the world that people no longer care about do you have employees? Are you performing your service with employees? This is important because I really think that the barriers have been broken. People no longer think that in order to serve us successfully, you have to do it with employees. Again, if you asked me 6, 7, 8 years ago, I would have said no. You're going to get those big contracts, you're going to have to do it specifically with employees. Now here it is, 2019, I really think we've seen a shift. And I do believe that shift has been brought about not because of Uber per se, but because of the Uber technology, Lyft, rideshare, shared economy type transition has really shifted everything for us. And so this is a great time. This is an exciting time because, again, I'm not going to outline everything right now because I still have to do some more research on my end, do some more strategic planning. Especially as we penetrate this new market, the Charlotte area, and some of the things we're considering doing down there. I think that we're going to have some great opportunities to offer some key services that's going to lead to bigger and better things, even greater volume of deliveries and express moves. And again, but here's the key takeaway is this. If I was delivering this message to you 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have been saying in order to make it possible, you would have to have employees. Now here it is 2019, because of this Uber effect, because of this technology effect, and it's already part of our consciousness now that when you need something, you can Uber it, you can ride share it, these on-demand delivery services that are popping up all over the place. I really believe that the technologies of the world have completely shifted the way people and businesses now do business. No longer do they really require that you have to have 10 employees, 50 employees, 100 employees. Really now, I don't even think they care anymore. It's just about how quickly you can get it there, how quickly you can render service. And that's awesome because as I look at these opportunities now, again, some of the things that I talked about when I was down in Charlotte last week with some key people really opened up my eyes to new possibilities. And again, I got to do some more research on my end. But again, what's awesome is that where we were 7, 8 years ago versus where we are now is completely different. And so, and I really believe the benefit is because of technology, and how it's really changed the way people do business. It's changed the way businesses do business and what they expect of their suppliers, of their contractors. So this is why with youarethebroker.com, our goal is to help you be as successful as possible, increase your capacity as much as possible, develop a strong relationship with you so that we know where you are, we know how big you are, so that we can legitimately go to these national retailers, these national stores, corporate partners, and literally be able to intertwine and integrate our services, our network, with their supply chain management. When we do that, we all benefit. Every single one of our broker businesses benefits and begins to blow up. So, thanks so much for watching this video. I know it's long. I know I'm long-winded. It is what it is. I hope you learned something in this video. Hope you learned something from this email. If you learn nothing else, learn that there is great value in email because I do emails every day, all day, especially for those of you who I've done one-on-one with, you know that. So dig in, get involved, stay connected. A lot of things coming up very, very soon. Make 2019 an awesome year because we have nothing but opportunity ahead of us. So stay connected. And when you do, I'll see you at the top.